There's a moment, silent, invisible, when your body takes its last breath, but something within you does not. What really happens in that mysterious in-between? And why do so many people feel they've experienced it and returned? The very idea of what happens when we die has captivated humans for centuries. It's one of the most profound mysteries of existence. Yet the answers we often seek are not found in the physical world, but in realms that are beyond our comprehension. In this video, we will explore what happens the moment your soul leaves your body, uncovering the hidden truths that many ancient cultures, spiritual practices, and even modern research have pointed to. While science may not offer us concrete proof of life after death, there is a wealth of evidence, from near-death experiences to anecdotal accounts, that suggests this journey is one of profound transformation. So let us embark on this exploration, and as we do, reflect on your own experiences. You may find that your soul already knows these truths. As we approach the final moment of life, something extraordinary happens, something we are often too caught up in the physical world to notice. It's a subtle, quiet transition where your soul begins its departure. There's no physical sensation of it, no visible change in the air or light around us. But those who have been close to the dying have often described a distinct shift, as if a person's presence has subtly changed. During this moment, the body may still be alive, but your consciousness is already on the threshold. In many near-death experiences, individuals describe a sensation of floating above their bodies, observing their physical form from a distance, as if it no longer fully belongs to them. It is as if the soul, the true essence of who we are, is beginning its journey beyond this world. What's fascinating is that the brainwaves of a person nearing death show signs of heightened activity even as the body shuts down. Some scientists speculate that this may be the moment when the soul begins its journey away from the body. There have been cases where people have reported an intense feeling of peace or euphoria just before death, often associated with the soul beginning its release from the physical vessel. But what happens next? Is the soul simply drifting away into the unknown? Or is there something more to this transition? When the soul separates from the body, what happens in that delicate moment? Many cultures believe that this is not an instantaneous event, but a gradual process, one that occurs over several minutes or even longer, depending on the person. In many near-death accounts, those who have come back to life speak of passing through a tunnel or corridor, sometimes described as a journey toward a light. It's said that during this phase, the soul experiences a profound sense of release and freedom, almost as if it has been unburdened from the constraints of the body. While science hasn't been able to confirm the existence of the soul, there are consistent reports of individuals feeling this liberation. Dr. Raymond Moody, a researcher who is considered the father of the study of near-death experiences, found in his groundbreaking work that many individuals reported a similar sense of leaving their body, feeling free from physical pain, and experiencing a strong sense of peace during this separation. This experience doesn't seem to be limited to any one culture or belief system. In the Buddhist tradition, for example, the moment of death is referred to as the bardo, a transitional state between life and the next. The soul is believed to pass through various stages, sometimes encountering guides or deities that help navigate the journey. Similarly, ancient Egyptians held the belief that the soul would journey through various trials and encounters after death, often accompanied by spirits that help the soul in its quest for eternal peace. What is undeniable is that this experience of separation is marked by a shift in awareness. It's not just a physical departure, but an awakening to something greater. But the question remains, where does the soul go once it's free? The transition from the body is only one part of the journey. Once the soul has left the physical realm, where does it go? What is it that the soul experiences as it steps beyond the boundaries of the human experience? Some believe that the soul enters an afterlife, a place of spiritual growth, reflection, and reunification with other souls. In Christianity, this may be a reunion with God in heaven, while in Hinduism and Buddhism, the soul may enter into a cycle of rebirth or reincarnation, depending on the lessons it learned in its previous life. But what about those who report having experienced the afterlife, only to return? Studies of near-death experiences suggest that souls may enter a realm where they encounter loved ones, experience a life review, or encounter beings of light. Often described as guides or angels, these experiences have been reported across cultures and beliefs, though they may take on different forms. The question of the afterlife is one that transcends religious and spiritual boundaries. Research conducted by the Near-Death Experience Research Foundation, NDERF, has cataloged thousands of such experiences from around the world, offering evidence that this other side might be more real than we realize. Whether it's a place of ultimate peace or a chance to review one's life, the afterlife seems to be a continuation of our soul's journey, a place where lessons learned on earth can be fully processed. But it's not just peace that the soul finds. Many have reported the feeling of being shown their life's purpose, as if the events of their life were part of a greater cosmic plan. This life review, in some cases, is a moment of profound learning, understanding, and healing. After the soul has passed through the afterlife, what happens next? Many believe that reincarnation, being reborn into a new body, plays a crucial role in this eternal journey. Reincarnation is an ancient belief found in cultures around the world, from Hinduism to the ancient Greeks. It suggests that our souls do not simply vanish after death, but are reborn into new forms in order to continue their evolution. But how does this work? How does the soul carry its memories or lessons from one life to the next? Some theories suggest that the soul's experiences are imprinted into its essence, allowing it to carry wisdom from previous lifetimes. There are countless reports of people, especially young children, remembering past lives with striking detail, often including names, places, and events that they had no logical way of knowing. This phenomenon has been documented in several studies, including Dr. Ian Stevenson's research on children who claim to remember past lives. These past life memories aren't just random flashes. They often involve deep emotional or spiritual connections to certain people, places, or events. This suggests that the soul carries more than just knowledge. It carries unfinished business, relationships, and karmic lessons that need to be resolved. For many, this is the key to understanding the soul's journey. It is about growth, learning, and healing, not just for the self, but for others as well. But how does the soul decide when to return? How does it know when its next life will offer the lessons it needs? These questions remain a mystery, but the idea of reincarnation presents a beautiful possibility that the soul, guided by some higher intelligence or universal plan, returns again and again to continue its path of evolution. Once the soul is reborn, it enters a new life, often forgetting the wisdom and experiences it gained in past lifetimes. But as many spiritual traditions suggest, there are still remnants of past lives within us, echoes of memories, feelings, and connections that manifest in ways we might not fully understand. This is why some people feel a strong pull towards certain places, languages, or time periods that they have no logical explanation for. Many people experience a deep sense of nostalgia for a time or place they've never lived in. This can often feel like a kind of longing, as though part of them remembers something they can't quite grasp. Similarly, others may have a natural affinity for certain skills or talents that seem to come from nowhere, almost as if they are tapping into a deeper well of knowledge or experience. These are all signs that the soul is continuing its journey, carrying with it the lessons and wisdom from previous lives. But beyond this, what happens when the soul has completed its cycle of reincarnation? The idea that the soul reaches a point of ultimate enlightenment or fulfillment is common in many spiritual practices. In Buddhism, for example, the ultimate goal is nirvana, a state of liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Similarly, in certain schools of thought, it's believed that after many lifetimes, the soul may merge with the divine, achieving unity with the source from which it came. The journey of the soul is an eternal one, a quest for knowledge, healing, and understanding. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, the idea that there is a deeper, more meaningful purpose to our existence is one that resonates with many. As we continue to explore the soul's journey, it's important to understand that our role in this vast cycle is not passive. While many spiritual traditions suggest that the soul is guided by a higher intelligence or cosmic plan, we, as individuals, also play an active role in our spiritual evolution. The decisions we make, the lessons we choose to learn, and the relationships we build, all of these shape the course of our soul's journey. It's often said that our lives are not just random events, they are purposeful, even if the reasons for certain challenges and experiences may remain unclear to us at the time. In the moments before our soul leaves the body, there may be a deeper sense of understanding. Some near-death experiencers have reported a feeling that everything in their life, every joy, every hardship, had a purpose, even if they couldn't see it during their time on Earth. This insight seems to suggest that the soul, during its journey through life, is always working towards growth and wisdom. Some people believe that we choose our life experiences before we are born, selecting the lessons and challenges we will face to help us evolve. This idea is explored in the concept of soul contracts, agreements made with ourselves and others to experience certain situations that will aid in our spiritual development. If we accept this theory, it implies that our souls are far older and wiser than we can imagine, carrying with them not just memories, but a plan for each incarnation. But what happens when the soul feels like it has reached a point of completion? Is there an end to this cycle? Is there a final destination for the soul's journey? As we approach the final stages of the soul's journey, many spiritual beliefs propose that there comes a point when the soul reaches enlightenment. This doesn't necessarily mean the soul becomes omniscient or perfect, but rather it reaches a profound understanding of its true nature and its place within the universe. In Buddhist teachings, this is referred to as the attainment of nirvana, the state of liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Once the soul has fully realized its interconnectedness with all things, it no longer needs to return to the physical realm, as it has transcended the desires and attachments that bind it to the cycle of reincarnation. Instead, it merges with the divine, entering a state of peace and ultimate understanding. Some traditions also believe that the soul reunites with other souls with whom it has traveled over multiple lifetimes, finally achieving harmony and unity. These souls may find their ultimate peace in the presence of the divine source, having completed the spiritual lessons that brought them back to life time and time again. But there is a mystery that remains even within this concept of finality. If the soul attains ultimate enlightenment, what happens next? Does the soul simply dissolve into the vastness of the universe, no longer needing to be an individual entity? Or does it continue its existence in some form, ever evolving and experiencing? Perhaps the most intriguing thought here is that the soul's journey, in many ways, is not about reaching an end, but about embracing an ongoing process of learning, expanding, and connecting with all of creation. Whether through reincarnation, spiritual growth, or union with the divine, the soul's journey seems to be one of perpetual unfolding. So what happens the moment your soul leaves your body? The truth is, we may never fully understand it in this lifetime. But one thing is certain: the moment of separation is not an end, but the beginning of a new chapter in the soul's eternal journey. It's a journey filled with profound mystery, wisdom, and deep emotional connections to other souls. Whether we experience this moment firsthand or through the stories of others, it serves as a reminder that there is something far greater at play than what we can see with our eyes. Perhaps instead of focusing solely on what happens after death, we should also reflect on how we live our lives now. What lessons are we meant to learn? What connections are we meant to make? What purpose are we meant to fulfill in this lifetime? These questions could help guide us through our own journeys, allowing us to live with a sense of meaning and awareness that transcends the physical realm. So as you reflect on what happens when your soul leaves your body, remember, this journey is not one that happens just at the end. It is happening right now in every moment. The choices you make, the people you meet, the lessons you learn, they are all part of the great cosmic story that your soul is writing, one experience at a time. Thank you for exploring this profound and mystical journey with me. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below with your own reflections or questions about the soul's journey. Until next time, continue to seek, continue to grow, and continue to live in the light of your eternal soul.